Hello, everyone. I wanted to do a quick movie to explain some things about the rubric that we're using in our final class assignment. The assignment is the reflective practice assignment, and we're using a rubric to look at 9 different evaluations and then sharing comments on eCampus in the Week 15 folder using the blog tool, like we've done on all the other uh, weekly discussions. What I'd like to do here is just explain a little bit about the rubric and also a little bit about Excel. First of all, the goals and objectives of this assignment are to give you an opportunity to show your understanding of the types of evaluation that we've read about in the book, and also to give you some practice going through the process of what you look for when reviewing a program evaluation. Now, what we're using here with this rubric is we took what was in the book listed as Table 12.2. We're focusing on Chapter 12 as our primary source of information for this process. And Table 12.2 on the book is on page 462. And this is really reviewing the types of professional judgment that are relevant to program evaluation and performance measurement. When I was going through and using the tool myself to rate each of the evaluations, I thought that a few edits would help make the rubric a little bit easier to use. And one of the changes I made was to clarify what is meant by these 4 categories. These 4 categories, which are listed in the book, are not really well defined in the book. So, for example, what do we mean by when we're looking at shows evidence of some or all of the following program evaluation knowledge and skills? What do we mean by these 4 categories? On a technical level, was the evaluation technically efficient? And that is, by the book, was the evaluation defined and presented technically correct? Number 2, procedural. Did the evaluation follow proper protocols and procedures? And that's relating to how the evaluation either was planned to be implemented or how it was implemented. Then in number 3, reflective, you're looking to see if you can find any evidence that did the evaluation reflect upon political, social, and cultural values. And then this is a column, so you'll look across in the rubric to see where you may find evidence of this. Did the evaluation include deliberations with stakeholders? This is the deliberative, which really means did it stimulate discussion with people who were involved in the evaluation? And your stakeholders, remember, is a large group that includes many different types of people affected by the evaluation. So this rubric allows you to work across these categories to check them or put a yes or a no or partial. Put your comments in here and then rate it with a possible point value. And here, these points you're giving, you're rating an evaluation. These aren't points on you, these are points on this evaluation. So a 10-point evaluation would be one that you saw evidence that it addressed all these things. The other change that I made is in the summary comments area. I felt that the most important thing that you're doing here is identifying what type of research design did the program evaluation use. Did this program evaluation use qualitative, quantitative, or mixed method data, analytical methods? And note any observations you have regarding data collection methods, analysis of data, and attempts to address reliability and validity issues. This last point is here in case you notice that they're using an analytical method that you think is very innovative or very efficient, or if you notice and you think it's wrong. They're using the wrong analysis technique with this data. This is where you can make a note of that. And really, this first question is what's most important to me because I picked 9 evaluations that fit categories of what we read about in the book. And they're not exactly like the book, but they're going to fit into the chapters we looked at. So that's why when you're looking at an evaluation, one of the things I want you to do is be able to go through these questions right here. Um, Understanding what type of research design is being used, what type of evaluation it is, what type of methods they're using. That's the first thing you want to do and sort. And then this tool here gives you, based on what's presented in our book, some prompts to think through how you look at this evaluation. So this really takes you through the pieces. And then at the bottom, you come to some summary statements. And that's why it's important that you have these here. Now, what I'm going to be looking at is I want to make sure that you've answered these questions in the bottom because that's going to be where it's going to be pretty clear what these answers are. I think it's going to be fairly challenging to look at